Welcome to the Life and a Bookshelf podcast with Beck Mills. Here you will find convos, connection, and random musings all about this 30-something life. We talk lifelong learning, we talk books reading, mini book reviews, writing, all the way through to home and wellness hacks and making a positive impact with our time here on earth in our own lives, our families, and out in our wider community. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Hey, I hope you had a really nice time over the holidays. Did you celebrate Christmas or just get together with family? I hope it was really awesome for you. We've been away a couple of times and just got home and unpacked and just sorted out the house essentially all day yesterday. And it's nice to land and just sort of start getting back into not the routine because it's school holidays, but, we're packing away some Christmas stuff. And, it's been really good hanging out with the kids. They're playing all their new board games and whatnot. So I hope you've had a really good one. Today is something that I thought about this morning is, there's all the, I guess the hype really, isn't it? Is the right word. All the hype about the new year, new you, and there's all this sort of fresh energy around, you could call it, I guess. And I like to call it starter energy. I feel like there's this big rush of starter energy. And everyone's real keen to do something different this year, finally change something or improve something in their life, and that the new year there's this starter energy. And a few episodes ago, we talked about word of the year versus New Year's resolutions. So check that out if you haven't already. But today, I wanted to touch on the subject of the concept of being a starter or a finisher, and how that can kind of really have this undercurrent in our lives. And I think up to now, often that's something I have been really critical, I guess, of myself about, is that I start stuff and I don't finish it. That's probably why the old podcast appealed to me, because it's kind of you start and finish an episode, but there's no there's no completion as such. It can kind of just carry on and keep going. I guess that's why for so long I have wanted to do one in a way. But I used to really get myself down about it. I'd start a heap of things. I'd get that real New Year fresh starter energy and get onto something, start something or buy something to do this project, and then I'd kind of peter out and my enthusiasm would wane for it, or life happens and it doesn't become a priority anymore. So I've got started projects around the house or whatnot, and then not and then quite a few not finished things, and I laugh about it now, but I have been pretty hard on myself about it, and it's something that I want to leave behind last year. And moving into 2024 is really to take the pressure off, and not label myself so much as a starter or a finisher or anything in between. So that's what today's about. I think it comes down to those beliefs that we hold about ourselves, and because we do get information. And I've got lots of information around me. I can see half finished stuff in my office / guest room / a bit of storage room. And, I guess even subconsciously that kind of plays in our mind. It's the silent to-do list. Actually, yeah, it's the silent to-do list, which Dawn from The Minimal Mum, she talks about the silent to-do list. She's awesome. Go and check her out on YouTube if you haven't already. And it's kind of oh yeah, I need to finish that. But it's all subconscious. It's all these tasks adding up. And I got into actually making a little printable, I guess, a printed template thing for my projects. And one side was wish list and the other side was to complete or to finish. And I laminated it, stick it up in my fridge, and I've got a lot on my wish list. And I've got quite a lot I've got quite a lot on my to complete. But I think that's good because I see it. So then I'm like, okay, cool. What do I want to finish off? What do we want to get done? And that's been really helpful. So that's something. But yeah, it really comes down to those beliefs about ourselves and me thinking, I'm a starter, I'm not a finisher. And it's funny how those currents go into our daily life. And yeah, I just wanted to touch on this subject today because of this new year, fresh year starter energy that's around at the moment, that hype. And you might be feeling it too. And, you might have things that you want to achieve this year. You might have things you want to achieve this month or start. And I would love to hear what you're working on. I would absolutely love to hear if you've got a goal for this month or this year. You can always DM me on Instagram at Life and a Bookshelf Podcast, all one word, all lowercase. And let's chat over there. So yeah, there's all this around, and big thing that come in, if you have listened to a few episodes, I'm doing a writing challenge at the moment, a 30-day writing challenge, which is very quickly becoming a probably 50-day writing challenge, all because I took days off. I haven't been doing it every day. And the first couple of days I was really like, I need to get back on the wagon and I really need to stick to each day doing this. And I wasn't really enjoying it. So I was like, and then I kind of was like, do I? Are the writing challenge police going to come and get me and lock me up if I miss a few days? So yeah, I was really gung-ho, started off well. I think I did like 9 days in a row. And then now I haven't done it for probably, oh God, I don't know, 8, 9 days now. But, we were away and we're hanging out with family and this thought started coming in, like I really need to get back onto that and finish my 30-day writing challenge. And I was really enjoying it, and I will continue it at some stage. But I'm not going to I'm not going to give myself a hard time now because I've had a few days off. So that's one thing. The other thing was I was looking at some other 30-day challenges, and one that really appealed was a draw, like learning to draw or drawing every day kind of one. And I got this book off Amazon. It's really, really cool, actually. How to learn to draw in 30 days for all ages, everything and anything. And I thought, hey, what the heck? Like, let's go for it and let's give it a go. And just sort of like browsing through it at the moment, but I will start that and keep you posted. But I don't want to put like this pressure on it to be like 30 days. Like, like the habit trackers, and they're like maybe like 30 days in a row, like you're creating a habit almost. I don't want it to be like that, but I just want to use it as a guideline essentially. So there's that. That's another thing that I was looking at. And, it's into the new year. I'm getting excited for netball already, which doesn't start till like April. But I'm thinking like pre-season. I've been getting emails from like my different apps and stuff, and we're having a pre-season 6-week challenge. So I'm like, oh, cool! Like I want to be a part of that. Want to be a part of that. So there's all this fresh energy, like new year. But yeah, really something that I want to tackle as things settle and we move into back to the school routine and stuff is really finishing off a couple of projects that I was really excited about at the time, but probably when I started them wasn't ideal for getting it done. It probably took was going to take a bit longer than I thought it would, and then it got really hot as well. So one of those was painting our front entrance to our house, like front door, front entrance, like a little patio, and where you walk in the front door and that little area there. Which is looking really cool. Like, I mean, all I've done is a bit of white paint at the moment, but it was like wicked, like green color. Oh, lordy. And so just doing it white, just painting over a few things and doing, finishing off actually our architraves, which were really dark wood when we moved in, and Zach, my hubby, like painted most of them in the house. And it just made the hugest difference. So I wanted to finish that off too. So that's like number one on my projects list. And I'm excited to that because I'm really excited with how the whole look and the feel of that area has changed already. But yeah, I have other projects. Like I was, I guess, upcycling a old an old desk and some old, like a nest of tables that I got from mum and dad. And I was berating myself for like a good year when I had started. And I actually was so close to finish because we sanded it all back and painted it, picked a color for it and everything. But just like those finishing touches and like getting a spot for it, like it didn't happen. And now I'm kind of like, do I restart that project? Do I just strip it back again? Or do I just move on? And I'll make that decision soon. But I think this is a lot of us at this time of year. Maybe there was some stuff we didn't get finished last year that we really want to do. There's stuff that we want to let go of because, well, are we actually, in reality, we're going to finish it, and not beating ourselves up about it. And then there may be new stuff. Like one of my biggest creative goals for 2024 is to write a book. So I've written a couple of ebooks in the past in the like business. They were business related. But I do want to write my first book this year, and hopefully of many. And I've got a course, one from Leonie Dawson, who's an amazing businesswoman, an entrepreneur, Australian entrepreneur. And yeah, so I've got her course and it's ready to go. And I do want to dive into that. And I love that it's like a set amount of days, to get through it for that extra accountability. So look out for that. I'll let you know. Just to I guess wind this conversation up or finish this conversation because I've started it is really I guess giving ourselves permission to have those ideas and start things and try things, because I think a lot of it was me not letting myself start things because I'm like, oh well, I'm not really a finisher, I'm more of a starter. So I probably shouldn't start that because I don't know if I'm going to finish it. God, the shit that goes through our mind. But now I'm a bit more aware of it. So I'm like, how can I try it in a way that's maybe not like completely all the way in, like getting all the materials that I might possibly ever need for it before I start something, like give it a go on a smaller level if I can, and then go full steam ahead once I'm into it. So that was one thing. And I guess accepting that I am an ideas person, and this might be you as well. I would love to hear that. I'm definitely an ideas person, and I may not always follow through, but I always have a shit ton of ideas. So that's something, accepting myself that that's who I am. And now I make more of a point of writing down those ideas, because if they stick around and I think about them over and over again and come back to them, like I know, let's dive into this. Whereas other ideas just come for one day and they're gone, and I love having that. I've written them down. Yeah, it might not intrigue me anymore. I might not want to do that anymore, but at least I've written them down. So yeah, just having that acceptance for where you're at, and maybe you're a finisher. Maybe, you follow one project through start to finish, and you're just so concentrated on that and focused. That's awesome too. And maybe you're somewhere in the middle. Like I know there's some stuff that I'm somewhere in the middle. Like I do finish when I need to finish, and then other times I just have lots of ideas. and it's all good. Like it's all good. There's we put so much pressure on ourselves, I think. Well, to do a lot anyway, but so much pressure to finish things. And sometimes, they were just ideas and they were things to try, but they're not necessarily for us. And that's okay too. So yeah, this really ties into, I guess, yeah, like a few episodes I talked about, like my word of the year is create, and I want to create every day, but that doesn't mean doing necessarily making something every day. It might be writing something, it might be taking a photo, it might be making a podcast, it might be reading a few chapters of a book, it might be listening to podcasts, it might be or making time to actually make something with my hands, have fun with the kids. So I really want to bring that creative energy into the everyday. That's a really big intention of mine this year. And yeah, just allowing it to be more, I guess, fun and freeform rather than really 30 days of writing. You must do this every day for 30 days. Oh, God. So, yeah, giving ourselves a bit of leeway and, yeah, just really taking note of that inner mean girl and what she might be saying to us and just being aware of that. Being like, I'm okay. Everything's okay, you know. If I don't do this every day, the world's not going to end. If I don't finish this project right now, the world's not going to end. And if I don't finish it anyway, no stress. It obviously just wasn't a priority. It wasn't that important. And life, you know. So I hope you've enjoyed this conversation. Let me know over on Instagram. I would love to hear if there's something that you are working on, and maybe you're a starter, or maybe you're a finisher, or somewhere in between. But you can hit me up over on the Instagram account at Life in a Bookshelf Podcast, or one word, or lowercase. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye. So that's all for today. Make sure you click that follow button on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. I thank you so much for taking the time to listen in today. Appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. You absolutely deserve it. Talk soon.